I just started the stream. You still downloading. Excuse me. Let me check if the live chat is available now. Meow 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 meow. Wow, you know what? I've really not been having the disconnection issue. So that must be it. The RAM usage. There you are. And I still keep on glancing at my my RAM sticks. They look really nice to me. Anyway, yesterday I did like some sort of a trial run. I actually allowed my work laptop to run. And I didn't consume much of the stored energy, and I'm very happy for that. As intended. Meow meow. I wonder if this is like a freaking optimized way. Anyway, I gotta review. English is not my first language.
Rocks. I'm writing a paper on them. This is the last thing signed between me and Break, and I need to crush it.
Meow, 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 meow,
Today
meow.
I am showing you the 10 rules of subject-verb agreement. Is it one of my friends is fun or one of my friends are fun? You're gonna find out today. Hello guys! In English, the verb agrees with the subject. What does that mean? It means this: he play baseball. So you have to find the verb first. The verb is play, that is the action. But now if you want to find the subject, you have to ask before the verb who plays or what plays baseball. In this case it's who. Who plays baseball? And the answer is he. He is your subject. And I said the verb agrees with the subject. So we have to say he plays baseball. There are many examples of this. We are playing baseball. We don't say we am playing baseball. She has played baseball. We don't say she have played baseball because the subject and the verb are in agreement. Easy, right? Wrong. It's not easy because there are many special and confusing cases. Here are some examples. 5 years is or are a long time. The news was or were surprising. One of the students is or are funny. Everybody is or are happy. Today, you're going to find all the answers in the video. Here's our study program for today. We have a lot to study because, like I said, I'm going to give you 10 different rules to help you always get the right answer. Here's the first problem that my students have. Subjects with and. For example, I'm going to give you this quiz here. Tom and Jerry is or are best friends. Now you have to make your choice. And the answer is Tom and Jerry are best friends. How about this one? Peanut butter and jelly is or are my favorite sandwich. Peanut butter and jelly is my favorite sandwich. Now, from these two examples, I want you to try to think of the rule. What is the rule for subjects with and? Here it is. The rule is that subjects with and usually take a plural verb. For example, Tom and Jerry are best friends. Except when it's a single entity. A single entity means one thing. Then it's a singular verb. So that is the second example. Peanut butter and jelly is one sandwich. So it's one thing, it's one entity, and that's why we use peanut butter and jelly is my favorite sandwich. Now you need to practice. Here we go. Question 1. My brother and sister is or are coming to the party. My brother and sister are coming to the party. Fish and chips, a popular dish in the UK.
Yes.
Is a popular dish in the UK because it's one dish. Fish and chips is one thing together. We see it as one dish, one kind of food.
Meow meow.
Number 3, gin and tonic.
So mac and cheese is
A common cocktail.
Shallow.
meow meow.
关注塔菲喵。
Meow meow. Say hello. Say hello to YouTube.
是的，这是一份礼物。
Meow meow.
こんなに読みでご覧ください。
Plant the bomb. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Good job. Please go be meow meow. Please go be orange. Orange. Meow meow. Orange. Frick. Frick. Meow meow. GG. You know, it's pretty laggy because, you know, this is working. Please move me. Please move me, meow meow. Short. You didn't plan for long. Meow 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 meow. Meow meow.
哎呀，
Go me, go me, go me. Frick you.
Oh go, oh.
Go, 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 go. Meow meow. Genie. You know, things have been going well for me. I mean, the laptop doesn't consume much energy. However, I think that if like a storm comes or during the rainy season, I think my setup is gonna have a hard time harvesting. So, I mean, we'll see. It's very early, you know. I don't wanna get ahead of things. Please get off my head. Get off my head, please. Please get off my head. Time to change my approach to this. No, you know, I saw earlier on social media. So it seems that someone bought, you know, the same solar panel from the same seller from Shopee. And I'm very glad that they're sharing the store and good business. I suddenly remember my previous boss from years ago. She was the worst. You know, bad business practice, you know. I mean, there was I can remember three certain times when, you know, customers came to the shop because they were told that the item they're looking for is available, and then when they come to the shop it's not. Man, I had to de-escalate one of them. I had to de-escalate one of them, and then the other one was just so disappointed. You know, he wasn't even angry. And the other one was also angry, but I think it was my break time. I think that was my break time, or maybe I was doing something else, so I couldn't help, you know. I couldn't help when he was being ballistic I'm doing fine, thank you. Thank you for dropping by. I'm just reviewing English.
Gin and
But earlier I was rambling about, work.
tonic is a common
Previous work experiences.
cocktail, of course, because it's one cocktail, it's in one glass, so it's a single entity.
What? Gin and tonic, yes. Apples and oranges.
Apples and oranges, a healthy snack. Apples and oranges make a healthy snack. They are
Make.
two different fruits. Her dog and his cat, different kinds of care.
Require.
What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys,
It's plural.
I just built an app.
Impossible. I can't code. Interesting. Can it generate reports?
It can now.
So you're saying we can all build apps now?
Yeah.
I'm on lunch. I gotta make a call. Okay, my office.
Just built an inventory tracker.
Protein calculator. What's there an app? A workflow manager.
Tracks who still owes for the group lunch.
Her dog and his cat need different kinds of care. Two different animals. And the last one, law and order,
Yes.
important for a peaceful society.
Come on, yes.
Ready? Law and order is seen as one.
Hell
Law
yeah.
and order, like the TV program, it's a set expression. So law and order is important. Here is the second challenging case. Subjects with either or, neither
Yes.
nor. Very challenging. Here's your quiz. Neither the child nor the parents sleeping. Ready?
Playing while reviewing. I'm playing while reviewing. Fred. Huh? Playing while reviewing. I'm playing while reviewing. And rambling.
Make your choice. And the answer is are sleeping. Neither the child nor the parents are sleeping. Now let's flip it around. Neither the parents nor the child sleeping. Is it the same or is it different? The answer is
Yes.
it is different. Neither the parents nor the child is sleeping. Now can you think of the rule? What is the rule?
Whatever is
This is the
before.
rule. The verb agrees with the subject closer to it. So in this case right here, the subject closer to the verb is parents. So parents are sleeping. In the other case, the child is sleeping. Now it's time to practice. Question 1. Either the cat or the dogs making noise in the
Are.
yard.
Or
It should be easy because you know the rule now. It has to agree with the dogs. The dogs are making noise in the yard. Neither John nor his friends coming to the party. Are coming to the party because it agrees with his friends. Either the children or the babysitter responsible for the mess.
yes.
And the answer is either the children or the babysitter is responsible for the mess because it agrees with babysitter, the subject closer to the verb. Neither the children nor their mother at home.
Yes.
Was at home. It agrees with it. Last question. Neither the driver nor the passengers injured in the crash.
Were.
Ready? And the answer is were injured in the crash because it's the passengers were injured in the crash. Not bad, right? Here's another sticky point for many students. Nouns ending in S. Here's your quiz.
Yes.
Mathematics, interesting to me. Do you say is interesting or are interesting? The answer is interesting. How about this one? The news
Was.
worse than we expected. The answer is was. Now what is the rule with this one? It's not
Singular.
really a rule, but you have to know that some nouns look plural because they finish with an S, but they are not plural. They are singular nouns. Here are some words that look plural but are actually singular. Academic subjects, mathematics, physics, economics, and so on, these ones are singular. Activities, gymnastics, aerobics, athletics, and so on. Countries, now be careful with this one, right? The United States is.
Yes.
The Philippines is.
Yes.
The Netherlands
Oy,
is.
Philippines,
Singular,
Philippines.
even though there's an S.
Hey, oh, Philippines. Philippines mention one of.
Diseases, measles, mumps.
Okay,
Singular, even though
seriously.
they're plural but are actually singular. Academic subjects, mathematics, physics, economics, and so on, these ones are singular. Activities, gymnastics, aerobics, athletics, and so on. Countries, now be careful with this one, right? The United States is. The Philippines is. The Netherlands is. It's all singular, even though there's an S. Diseases, measles,
Measles.
mumps, diabetes, and so on, that's singular. And also some other useful ones, politics, TV series, a TV series, good news, they are all singular. Now remember the quiz from the beginning? I gave you this question right here. The news was or were surprising.
Was.
Now you know the answer. The answer is the news was surprising.
You taste like summer peach, sticky hands and softest speech.
Here's an easy one. Expressions of time, money, distance, and weight. Here's your quiz. 30 minutes is all I need to get ready. So in the morning, you have to get ready for work, and
I don't know. Let's wait for the answer.
you need only 30 minutes. So what would you say? 30 minutes is all I need to
Is?
get ready.
Okay.
$5, too much for this coffee.
Yes.
Bad coffee, so I paid $5 and I'm not happy. $5 is too much for this coffee. 7 days, too short for a vacation.
Yes.
7 days is too short for a vacation. What's the rule? Super easy. They are treated as singular even though they seem plural. I know 30 minutes with an S, and you're like 1
Money.
minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, so many
Me
minutes,
like money.
but we see that as one-time expression. 30 minutes is
Are you gonna give me money? Just kidding. Give me big bucks instead.
1 unit of time.
Big Mac,
So
Big
that's
Mac,
why
Big
we
Mac.
say is.
Is.
Practice makes perfect. Let's go. Number 1. For a student, 2 hours, a long time to focus.
Yes.
Ready? For a student, 2 hours is a long time to focus. After all that work, $200, not enough for the job.
Yes.
After all that work, $200 is not enough for the job. 3 weeks, what you need to fully recover.
Yes.
So maybe you recover from an injury, for example. So 3 weeks is what you need to fully recover. The monthly payments of $100, difficult to manage.
Was.
The monthly payments of $100 were difficult to
The
manage.
frick? Okay. Whatever. Come on, man. Payments.
Oh, did you get this one right? I hope so, because here, remember, we are always focusing on the subject. So, what were difficult to manage? And the answer is the monthly payments. And payments is plural. So in this case, the verb has to agree with payments. So that's why we have to use were difficult to manage and not was difficult to manage. If you said $100 was difficult to manage, that would be okay. But here
No,
you
you
have
cannot see me.
monthly payments for $100. Number 5. On a hot day, 10 kilometers, a challenging hike. 10 kilometers is a challenging hike.
Yes.
Let's go back to our intro quiz. You remember this question? Ready? 10 kilometers is a challenging
Monthly payments of dollars were
hike. Let's go back to our intro quiz. You remember this question? 5 years? A long time.
yes.
Of course, 5 years is a long time. Did you get it right? I hope so. You're doing well. Let's keep going. Number 5. Nouns that refer to many items. Here's your quiz. This pair of shoes is or are uncomfortable.
There.
So pair is
Yes.
a word, it's a noun that refers to many items. A pair of shoes, one pair but many shoes, 2 shoes in one pair. The answer is this pair of shoes is uncomfortable. That set of tools, great for home repairs. That set of
Yes.
tools is great for home repairs. Here's the rule for you. Nouns that refer to many items require a singular verb because it's one pair of shoes. Even though there are 2 shoes in one pair, we focus on the pair. We focus on the set. A little practice won't hurt. Let's give it a try. That bunch of bananas, too ripe.
Yes.
That bunch of bananas is too ripe. A bunch, one bunch, many bananas in
One.
one bunch, but it's only one bunch. This pair of headphones, wireless. Is wireless, of course, because it's a pair, one pair. A set of golf clubs left in the trunk of the car. A set of golf clubs was left in the trunk of the car because it's one set. Many golf clubs, but only one set. The bouquet of flowers is beautifully arranged. The bouquet of flowers is beautifully arranged. Number 5. 5 bunches of grapes needed to make 1 bottle of wine. Ready? And the answer is
Bunches
5 bunches of grapes are needed. Watch out here because here you have 5 bunches, even though it's a noun that refers to many items, but that noun is plural. It's not only 1 bunch of grapes, it's 5 bunches, so are needed to make 1 bottle of wine.
Meow, meow, meow. I think more losses. I mean, I haven't been ranking up.
Here's a challenging one, fractions and percentages. Here's your quiz. 2/3 of the pie eaten. 2/3 of the pie was eaten.
2/3
How about
was.
this one? Half of the students attending the event. Half of the students are attending the event. Now, what's the rule? The verb agrees with the noun that follows the fraction or...
Okay, Okay, in this one I didn't know fractions and percentages. I didn't know about that rule.
Or percentage. So 2/3 is not the focus. The focus is on the pie. 2/3 of the pie. So the pie was eaten. Half of the students, the focus is on students. Half of the students are attending the event because half is not attending the event. The students are attending the event. You need to practice. Let's go. A quarter of the people in agreement. And the answer is a quarter of the people are in agreement because the people are in agreement. Number 2, 80% of the employees working remotely. 80% of the employees were working remotely. Employees. Half of the clothes on sale. Half of the clothes are on sale. 3/4 of the land covered in trees. 3/4 of the land is covered in trees. The land is covered in trees. 70% of the work complete. Is complete. The work is complete. Don't give up. Number 7, conjunctions like as well as, together with, and along with. Here's your quiz. The artist, along with her students, displaying her work. Ready? The answer is the artist, along with her students, is displaying her work. Number 2, the managers, together with the staff, attending the meeting. And the answer is the managers, together with the staff, are attending the meeting. Here's the rule. The verb agrees with the main subject, not the additional phrase. The additional phrase is right here, along with her students. So you can remove this part right here. So you can say the artist is displaying her work. The managers are attending the meeting. Here are other similar conjunctions. The singer, not to mention the band members, performing tonight. The singer is performing tonight, so you can remove the additional phrase. The employees, accompanied by the boss, touring the factory. The employees were touring the factory. The actors, joined by the director, were rehearsing for the play. The actors, joined by the director, were rehearsing for the play because the actors were rehearsing. The mayor, as well as his advisors, present at the meeting. The mayor was present at the meeting. Super useful stuff coming up. Watch out with these ones. Indefinite pronouns like everyone, somebody, nothing, something, everything, and so on. Here's your quiz. Everyone, the rules of the game. Monopoly is super famous, so everyone knows the rules of the game. Something strange about that house. Something feels strange about that house. Here's the rule. They always require a singular.
Okay, yeah. Indefinite. It's a good thing I still remember that one. It's very important.
Verb, even when they seem plural. Here are some more examples. Someone stolen my wallet. Remember, always a singular verb. Someone has stolen my wallet. Number 2, anybody allowed to join the group.
Yes.
Anybody is allowed to join the group. Everybody waiting for the announcement. Everybody is waiting for the announcement. This one does look plural. Everybody, right? So many people. But it is still a singular verb. Number 4. Some things better left unsaid.
Or
There are some things you shouldn't say. That's what it means. And the answer is, some things are better left unsaid. Be careful here because it's some things. It's not something. It's some things. So the things are plural. So that's why we say are better left unsaid. Nothing more important than family. Nothing is more important than family. Did you get this one right at the beginning of the video? Everybody happy. Of course, everybody is happy. Now you know. We're almost finished. We're at number 9. Quantifiers, indefinite pronouns. So all, some, most, a lot, plenty, and so on. There are so many of them. Here's your quiz. Most of the cake eaten at the party. What would you say? So most is a quantifier. Most of the cake was eaten at the party. How about this one? Most of the applicants qualified for the job.
Introducing Grammarly, like you've never seen before. Your all-in-one writing essential. Recycling is great for bottles, not borrowed sentences. Grammarly's plagiarism checker helps you stay original by catching borrowed lines before they slip through. Here's how it works. Once your draft is finished, click on the plagiarism checker icon.
Most of the applicants are qualified for the job. Now you can make up your own rule with this one. I think it's pretty clear. The verb agrees with the noun that follows the quantifier. So the quantifier is not important. The cake was eaten at the party. The applicants are qualified for the job.
meow meow.
Practice is the key to success, right? Remember this, the more you practice, the better you're gonna become. Number 1, none of the money recovered after the robbery.
Was
None of the money was recovered after the robbery. Plenty of people interested in attending the event.
or
Plenty of people are interested. Enough of the players ready to start the game. Enough of the players are ready to start the game. None of the computers functioning properly.
is or
None of the computers are functioning properly. A lot of work still unfinished.
is
A lot of work is still
meow meow meow.
unfinished. Last but certainly not least important, expressions with one. One of the one. A lot of work is still unfinished.
None of the money was, around plenty of people are, none of the players are, none of the computers are, a lot of work. Quantifiers. Quantifiers. Most. One of the boys. One of them.
Unfinished. Last but certainly not least important, expressions with one. One of the one of the only more than one. Be careful with these ones. Quiz. More than one car
Was.
involved
I don't know.
in the accident.
Was.
So there was a big accident, a big pileup on the highway. So more than one car was involved in the accident. Yes, it was. One of the neighbors used frequently. One of the
Meow.
neighbors complained.
Oh, baby, a triple.
The rule is simple. They all require a single singular verb. So remember, expressions with one
结局在
requires a singular verb. One is singular, so that should be easy to remember. One last practice round. More than one person offended by his comment. It was. One of the neighbors frequently. One of the neighbors complained.
Pang one. Isa lang talaga.
老大骗我，
老二播放。
Meow meow meow.
老大后怕，我
Middle,
还给你
middle,
看。
middle. Good job.
What's this? How are you? I'm fine, thank you.
Japanese? You're Japanese?
You Japanese?
No, no, no.
You're Japanese.
Filipino, Filipino. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown
Fuck you,
man.
Japanese.
I'm a grown man with a voice changer. I'm Filipino man.
Shut up.
I'm man, I'm not girl. I'm not Japanese.
Fuck you, Japanese.
No,
Yo,
I'm not Lenny.
you Japanese.
No,
Yes,
no.
yes.
Oh yes.
No. Duh. Okay, so it's good to review instead of acting like I know everything. I should remove the phrase "I knew that" from my vocabulary. I should always be open to learn and to review. I should always refresh. I should always update. I should always upgrade. Meow 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 meow.
What are you doing?
Planes frequently. The rule is simple. They all require a singular verb. So remember, expressions with one requires a singular verb. One is singular, so that should be easy to remember. One last practice round. More than one person offended by his comment. More than one person was offended. One of the players injured during the game. One of the players was injured.
Is it because this is a quantifier? Excuse me. I'm gonna keep on reviewing.
All-in-one sa sangkap. All-in-one sa sarap. Magic sarap.
It is still a singular verb. Number 4, remove the as percentage clubs. So in add all the passengers in economic to focus. That and now with her students, her conjunctions. The mayor was present at the meeting. Super, you stolen my wallet. Remember, always a singular verb. Video, everybody, so most is a quantifier.
And this is more. It's just more. So,
Most of the cake was eaten at the party. How about this one? Most of the applicants qualified for the job. Most
for quantifiers. Quantifiers.
of the applicants are qualified for the job.
Most not.
Now you can make up your own rule with this one. I think it's pretty clear. The verb
Noun follows the quantifier. Noun follows the Okay, so more
verb agrees with the noun that follows the quantifier. So the quantifier is not important. The cake was eaten at the party. The applicants are qualified for the job. Practice is the key to success, right? Remember this, the more you practice, the better you're gonna become. Number one, none of the money recovered after the robbery.
was.
None of the money was recovered after the robbery. Plenty of people interested in attending the event. Plenty of people are interested. Enough of the players ready to start the game. Enough of the players are ready to start the game. None of the computers functioning properly. None of the computers are functioning properly. A lot of work still unfinished. A lot of work is still unfinished. Last but certainly not least important, expressions with one. One of the only,
Always
more than
singular.
one. Be careful with these ones. Quiz. More than one car involved in the accident. So there was a big accident, a big pileup on the highway. So more than one car was involved in the accident. Yes, it was. One of the neighbors frequently.
Plural.
One of the neighbors complains frequently. The rule is simple. They all require a singular verb. So remember, expressions with one requires a singular verb. One is singular, so that should be easy to remember. One last practice round. More than one person offended by his comment. More than one person was offended. One of the players injured during the game.
Was.
One of the players was injured during the game. More than one answer correct in this quiz.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
More than one answer is correct in this quiz. Excellent. Now you know the answer to this question. One of the students, funny. Of course, one of the students is funny. Let's review. We have seen so many different rules. And I know it seems to be a lot because 10 rules to remember is a little too much, right? It's hard to remember, isn't it? There are too many. But remember this, native speakers don't study this. It comes naturally with practice. People don't need to remember these. The more you practice, the easier it will become. So practice is key. Don't forget. It's quiz time. I'm giving you 20 questions to see if you remember or if it comes naturally to you by now. Either the doctor or the nurses attend.
Pag may drawer, doon closer. Or
Attending the patient. Ready? Either the doctor or the nurses are attending the patient. It's rule number 2. If you didn't get it right, you can go back in the video and you can study rule number 2 one more time. Question 2. $30. All I have in my wallet.
yes.
Ready? $30 is all I have in my wallet. Rule number 4. More than one of the candidates considered for the position.
Yes.
More than one of the candidates was considered for the position. Rule number 10. Question 4. Everyone excited about the trip.
Yes.
Everyone is excited about the trip. Rule number 8. Question 5. Macaroni and cheese, my comfort food.
Yes.
Macaroni and cheese
Oh wow, I thought of that earlier. Yes.
is my comfort food because it's one single entity. Mac and cheese is one dish. Question 6. The pair of sunglasses,
You know, I'm pretty skinny, but I still have a belly because of what I've been cooking.
missing. The pair of sunglasses is missing. Rule
There
number
is.
5. Question 7. The bride and groom dancing together. The bride and groom are dancing together. Rule number 1. 20 kilos, too much to lift for some people. 20 kilos
Yes.
is too much to lift for some people. Rule number 4. Question 9. 1/3 of the cookies burnt. 1/3 of the cookies
Or-
are burnt. Number 6. Question 10. Politics, public speaking skills.
Yes.
Politics
Requires.
requires public speaking skills. Rule number 3, it's a singular noun. Question 12. All of my order delivered on time. You got a delivery and
Was.
all of your order was delivered on time. Quantifiers number 9. Question 13. The dog, along with its puppies, playing in the yard.
Yes.
The dog, along with its puppies, was playing in the yard. Rule number 7. Question 14. Only 3/4 of her homework completed.
Was.
Only 3/4 of her homework was completed. Rule number 6. Question 15. Something gone wrong with his laptop.
Has.
Something has gone wrong with his laptop. Question 16. Neither the players nor the coach happy with the result. Neither the
Was.
players nor the coach is happy with the result. Question 17. Most of the cookies are gone. Most of the cookies are gone. Rule number 9, quantifiers. Question 18. The news spreading quickly.
Yes.
The news is spreading quickly. Rule number 3. Question 19. The bouquet of roses, lovely.
Yes.
The bouquet of roses is lovely, rule number 5. And the last one, question number 20. The guide, as well as the tourists, amazed by the scenery.
Was.
The guide, as
Or
well as
is.
the tourists, was amazed by the scenery, rule number
Singular.
7. Hey, what score did you get out of 20 questions? Make sure you tell me in the comments below. And don't forget, if you want to learn more useful English, check out my other videos. See you next time. Bye bye.
And then but the rule for comas. For commas. Coma. In a coma. No, please, no. Where? I'm looking for specifically comas. Freaking keep on saying coma. Comma. Comma, not coma. Get the bomb, bro. So let's say half of my bang was, half of the class was, half of the men was, oh wait, half of the men were, this men is plural, but class is singular. Meow meow meow. That was a lot to take in, but yeah, I think I'm gonna keep on reading that and watching that to internalize it. Or, you know, maybe I can find more examples so that it wouldn't be repetitive.
Blemishes? start working with your skin. Nivea Derma Skin Clear Morning Routine.
Ma, may bago ka ba dyan? Paulit-ulit na lang. Maiba naman. New Zesty Lemon Cucumber. May swabing sarap na pinaghalong tamis-asim ng lemon at cucumber. Bagong-bago. Bottomless mo.
Before you watch this video, can you guess which sentence is correct? The apple falls. The apple falls.
False.
Well, that's what we are talking about today, subject-verb agreement. So hold on to your answer because we'll come back to it in just a bit. Subject and the verb has to get along, like they're buddies. They have to agree with each other. So what does that mean?
I think I've listened to this one. I don't know if it was on stream or not. But you know.
Before you watch this video, this just means that the subject and the verb has to get along, like they're buddies. They have to agree with each other. So what does that mean? That means if the subject is singular, then the verb has to be singular. If the subject is plural, then the verb has to be plural. If you're not sure what singular and plural noun means, stop watching this video, scroll down to the description box, and find a link to the video about singular and plural nouns and watch that first. We are going to focus on nouns as subjects today, and we're going to learn how the nouns match the verbs. First, let's learn about singular noun and verb agreement. We first need to remember that singular means there is just one. It's single. It's alone. Here's a couple of singular nouns. Car, tree, wall. Here's something really important to remember about a singular verb. A singular verb always has an S at the end. Eats, drinks. Remember that singular means just one thing. I tried to remember putting an S at the end by thinking that it wants a little friend S, because it's single or alone. I know it's a bit silly, but it helps me remember. Read this sentence. A bird sings. A bird. That's a singular noun. That means there's just one bird. We need a singular verb. Remember, a singular verb wants a little friend S at the end. So we'll say, a bird sings. Here's another one. A flower grows. A flower is a singular noun. There's just one flower. And grows is a singular verb. Do you see our little friend S at the end of our singular verb? We have a singular noun and a singular verb, so our subject and verb agree with each other. Now let's go back to those sentences you saw at the beginning of this video. The apple falls. The apple falls. Which subject and verb agree? The apple is a singular noun, so we need a singular verb, falls. Now that we know how to match a singular noun and singular verb in a sentence, can you spot which sentence is correct? A boy dances. A boy dances. That's right. A boy dances is correct because boy is a singular noun. So you need a singular verb, dances. Don't forget that S at the end of a singular verb. Shall we now look at the plural noun and plural verb agreement? We first need to remember that plural means there is more than one.
Hello. What the frick?
One. It is not alone. Here's a couple of plural nouns. Birds, teeth, bananas. One thing you need to remember about plural verbs is that unlike singular verbs, we will not add s at the end. Think of it this way.
You wanna be put on timeout, bro? Just kidding. Behave, man. Oh.
When a sentence is in the plural form, it means there's more than
I'm power tripping. Just kidding.
one. It's not alone. You don't want another friend S to make it too crowded. Look at this next sentence. Flowers is a plural noun, so we need a plural verb. Bloom is a plural verb. Do you see that we did not add an S at the end? We have a plural noun and a plural verb, so our subject and verb agree with each other. What about these sentences? Which one is correct? The children play with toys.
Play.
The children plays with toys.
Play.
The children play with toys is the correct sentence.
Did I say play?
Children is a plural noun, meaning there's more than one child. So we need a plural verb to go along with the subject. Play is the plural verb, and there is no extra s at the end of play. Try this one. The elves wraps the presents. The elves wrap the presents.
Wrap.
Which one is correct? The elves wrap the presents is the correct sentence. Elves is a plural noun, so we have a plural verb. A plural verb does not have an extra s at the end, so it's wrap. Now that we know how to match a plural noun and plural verb in a sentence, can you spot which sentence is correct? The stars shines. The stars shine.
Shine.
Good job! The stars shine is correct because stars is a plural noun and shine is a plural verb. I hope this video helped you better understand about subject-verb agreement with singular and plural nouns. Check out the description below.
Wow.
Minsan lang sila bata. Sulitin mo na.
That's so many.
Shocking.
The new KFC matchups. 42 combos of finger-licking real chicken. 90 pesos lang.
Wow, that's tempting.
I am Teacher Aubrey, and welcome to my channel. Kung bago ka sa channel ko, I offer here free English learning lessons, activities, worksheets, at iba't ibang mga tips kung paano ka gagaling sa English. Kaya kung ayaw mong mamiss ang anuman sa mga videos ko, please subscribe to my channel and also click the notification bell para lagi kang updated sa mga bago kong uploads. Nung nakaraan ay natalakay ko na ang basic rules sa subject-verb agreement at gaya nga yung pinangako ko sa inyo, ay tatalakayin ko ang 20 other rules nito ng mas detalyado. At kung hindi nyo pa yun napapanood, narito sa taas ang link, pwede nyo i-click at panoorin niyo para mas maunawaan nyo yung mga tatalakayin ko ngayon. Mayroon akong 20 rules na tatalakayin ngayon at magagamit nyo rito yung basic.
Po tayo ng letter S, cry. My mom, doctor, or the singer.
Yeah, this one is already in the previous one. Hindi niya plan for long.
fingers. Now let's have
You know, all I ate earlier was hash browns. All I ate were hash browns. Did I say that correctly? I have no idea. Like I can say, all I ate was a sandwich. All I ate were hash browns. Good job. Okay, ano na ang low prio on Dota 2? Ano na ang low prio? Hold on, I'm gonna get some water. Okay, I'm back.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Your turn to pick.
This one.
Prepare for battle.
Meow 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 meow. Oh frick. I wonder who their men is.
Seconds to battle.
You know, I'm betting it's Bloodseeker. Yeah, I have water.
So much meat, so little time. Hi, hi. Coming through. I'm chopper. You'll rinse me down. Here I come! Time for a little butchery! Whatever. Waiting. Forward! Under attack! It's not first blood. First blood! My quest begins auspiciously! Ah, Yes. Right. Good idea. Bloody creeps. Right to it. Smell the place.
Meow, meow, meow. Got him.
You don't feel the pain. Yes. Yes. Chopper time. Coming through. And now. Ah!
You should have used it on the creeps.
Right to it. Yep. I win. Yes. We'll devour you. Inside. Hi, hi. It's cleaver time. Yeah, you're all captain.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, frick. I'm dead.
More like that. Yes. Good idea.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Lightning.
Oh, frick. Listen, I'm winning. Oh!
Nice try.
Excuse me.
Yes. More like that. Hi, hi. Right.
I think I'm going top. Okay. That was everything good, you know, I got notes and I can come back to. It's very good.
Look, a spare rib. And now. Clear the topic.
I got this.
Here I come. Twins. I'm just living here. Yep. Yes. Let's get forward.
Then qualify for a noble kill.
Yep.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh.
Here I come. I'm under attack. I just cut losses. Yes. Now. Right. Fresh chance.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
Whatever. Kind of a chase. Good idea. Coming through. Heading out. Right to it. Wait me.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Coming, friend. Smell. Lightning.
Then.
Run. And now.
Your top tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified. Your top tower is under attack.
Forward.
Your top tower is under attack.
Right to it. Monster kill! That.
No! But you know, 11-3 is not so bad. I think what I want is Aghanims. You know, I've been the one who's planting sentries, buying them. So that's it's kinda off. Let's listen to some Smagalana. But you know, I'm really over that. You know, those people are like 10 years older than me, and they're still like that. You know, I think like Smagalana or the IRL Facebook personality she's with. You know the Muslim guy. They're 10 years older than I am. You know, they're still like that. And to think that guy is a freaking left-wing influencer. You know, I don't want to be like that when I grow up. I mean, when I reach a certain age, I don't want to be like that anymore. And you can almost see how like frustrated they are. How frustrated they are with life. You know,
Radiant structures are fortified.
reminds me of my co-workers who really complain a lot. I don't wanna be like that. So, I don't wanna listen to any of those anymore. Rabble rousers and provokers.
An enemy's middle tower has fallen. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, frick, almost got her.
Your top tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
man.
A sharp whistle can save your life in wilderness. The primitive rescue whistle made of aircraft aluminum delivers 120 decibels piercing sound. Lazada limited offer with international certification.
Meow, 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 meow,
Tap
meow,
below to
meow.
secure your safety now.
Okay, what's Kesser here? So I know there's a certain bald man out there who asked the question, who is Leaflet? Well, I will say Leaflet is a pretty based individual. I'm sure a lot of you guys have come across her content at one point or another, but the other day she took a stand against a company, and I have to say, it's a pretty hilarious interaction, and one that is personally satisfying for reasons that I think will be very obvious in just a second. Her response was to a possible sponsorship opportunity with the company Makeshift, who makes plushies. Now, Makeshift is a pretty controversial one because they have let go of a few content creators over the years, and well, when they reached out to Leaflet, she gave them a piece of their mind. Now, my history with Makeshift goes back, you might know the ancient lore, but me and my wife, Darling Straub, did a combined 7 campaigns with them. We sold thousands of plushies with this company. It was an all-around great relationship until it wasn't. When eventually we were both kicked from the company, and we were given this delightful message, basically saying that my content is on the edgier side, therefore they can't work with me anymore.
What? No.
Because of my wife's association with me, she was also let go. That was obviously a disaster for everyone involved, but we moved on to greener pastures, as I'm sure you guys are aware. But earlier this year, there was another VTuber by the name of Celestium who was also let go by Makeshift. She explained this in a video a few months ago, but basically, after fully funding her campaign, which is not an easy thing to do, she was let go. And the reason was for violating community/creator guidelines based on unspecified tweets. And as an open Christian here, I can only imagine what those unspecified tweets might have been. But now we have Leaflet here in May of 2026, and she got an email from Makeshift, and we're going to read the email from them, and we're going to look at her response back to them, and I have to say it is unfathomably based. So, they say, "Hi Leaflet, I came across your content and love your content and character design. Not sure if you ever heard of us, oh boy, but I work at Makeshift. You or your manager might have been in touch with one of our colleagues in the past year or so. Not sure if you're familiar with what we do, but as a refresher, we help creators like yourself bring your ideas to life as high-quality, limited edition plush and custom apparel for your community. There's zero upfront cost or risk on your end. We'll handle everything from product design to campaign to shipping as well. But most importantly, I think your community would absolutely love a plush from you. It would be an awesome way for you to deepen your connection with your fans. Feel free to check out some of our past collaborations with other VTubers below, including Niji Sanji, Hololive, Zentreya, Iron Mouse, Shy Lily, and Rin Tenrose. Now those names, I have, things I could say, not about all of them, but some. But this whole thing is completely tone deaf. Not only is Leaflet very aware of me and Straub's situation, she was also very actively defending Celestium recently when she was going through her bouts with Makeshift as well. So it shows that they have absolutely no idea who they're emailing. And this seems to be a very common theme these days with these companies who are reaching out to get sponsorships with people who have criticized that exact company for mistreating content creators for unfair reasons, obviously. But here is the response from Leaflet. It is a screenshot of me and Straub's plushie campaign, and also a plushie from Celestium, which of course was fully funded, but the campaign itself was fully refunded to all the people who contributed because they decided to cancel the campaign. Now, of course, people are very happy with this post, thinking it's an incredibly base response. You can see Banana Juju here saying, they go straight to spam in my mail, never bothered to reply back to them. Base Slime, Leaflet W, Based. Do they just send their email to everyone and do not do any research? That seems to be the case. Keep winning, Leaf. You're awesome. But also my feed, Based. Not sure if you've ever heard of us before. I'm starting to think they enjoy offering deals to content creators just so they can cancel them a few months later for being too problematic. Now, of course, they chose this direction. Okay, they wanted to clean up their image and get rid of very problematic people like myself and the others mentioned here. But, well, you reap what you sow. This is your reputation now. You're the company that gets rid of people for being too edgy or having unspecified tweets or things like that. But, of course, there are defenders. There's always defenders of corporations like this who will say the most embarrassing cope you'll ever see. Like this saying, "Oh no, they can't collaborate with a bigoted loser. However will they survive?" You know, citation needed, they can never actually make an argument about anything. And then you look at the accounts of people saying stuff like this, and it all just makes sense, right? Right-wing grifter twats like this are loudly ruining the VTuber space. Can we just mass report and /or harass them off each platform? And this conversation down here has to do with the Off-Kai situation and having a booth promoting adult content in a space that has children as young as 13 walking around unaccompanied if they have certain permissions or forms filled out. Yeah, a bit of a weird thing to...
Can you guys imagine a plushie of me? Would you like one? And then when you squeeze the plushie, I go, what the frick? What the frick? I can already imagine it though, a plushie of myself. Wait, what the frick?
Defend while talking about bullying people and mass reporting them, and also, like, I don't know who this is. Is this supposed to be you or something? Is this really like the video response you want here? But here's another quote saying, it appears Leaflet and the right-wing chuds are still super salty over Rev and Straub getting the boots from Makeshift's sponsorship. The coat is real. I can see they use that magical word, that phrase that, well, does anyone even know what it means? Just person I disagree with? Chud. Now, I have to consult the ancient charts here. The original Chud/woke Google Doc released by this totally sane individual who categorized thousands of VTubers as various labels including woke, chud, presumed woke, lean chud, lean woke, unclear, among others. And you can see I'm listed here, Rev as chud, with a link to my channel. Now, where the reasoning is supposed to be provided, there's nothing. I guess my content just speaks for itself. But anyways, who are the types of individuals who are mad about this? Well, you can see this 29 he/him is very upset about many content creators who they deem as chuds or whatever. And, well, they were mad at Celestium as well when Celestium said, "I love Slime Woman," referring to Leaflet's post, saying, "I see Celestium and Leaflet are still coping over the fact that Makeshift rightfully gave Straub and Red the boot. It's been a few months now, let it go," says the person who is endlessly talking about people coping and not letting things go. I mean, we've all moved on.
Yeah, you know, I'm also the type who won't let things go. I'm like that person.
But we have the right to look back at people still talking about it and still emailing content creators and, well, laugh about the situation. Then you look at their other posts from literally today, saying an AI chud and a religious zealot walk into a bar. Nah, too easy. Craig, referring to the creator of Side Scrollers, where he is making an appearance today, saying, Craig, with the random assortment of right-wing chuds you continually have on your show, you make the jokes write themselves by making your guests look even more laughable than they already are. And here's another one. I guess they also were talking about Powder when she didn't want to work with Makeshift for obvious reasons, saying the fact that someone like Powder is still seething at the fact that Makeshift gave Rev, Straub, and Celestium the boot is still pathetically laughable. This guy's just recycling tweets. This almost looks like AI or something for a guy who's so mad about it. Very unoriginal tweets, but anyways, this whole situation, very funny. You reap what you sow, okay? If you start getting a very negative reputation of kicking creators to the side the second they are inconvenient for you, or they're problematic, what have you, you know what? People aren't going to work with you if they have principles. If you have any principles, you don't want to work with a company like this, because one day it'll probably be you the second you step out of line or say or do something that upsets the very fragile egos of people working at companies like this. But anyways, that's going to do for this video. If you enjoyed, please consider giving this video a like, consider subscribing, and turning on notifications for daily uploads here on YouTube, as well as multiple streams on this platform a week as well. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Lahat tayo may firsts. Sa una pa lang, masarap na to! Choose GSM Blue!
Yeah, kinda sucks that I have to put on like a collared shirt and you know, I'm actually kinda pretending it's a coat, you know, the black coat, but it's just one of my other long sleeves. Gotta pretend, you know, look formal later on camera. But a lot of stuff to do, you know, in the next few days. And you know, maybe I won't even stream some days. I don't know, we'll see. Do you guys like K-pop? You know, I like Blackpink and Twice, but I didn't really follow any other K-pop artists and groups.
Hey, what's up guys, Ruff here. So this is one of those moments on this channel where we reach a trilogy regarding a situation. That situation, of course, is the Crony and Eternal Return drama. And this is the third and hopefully final video regarding this situation. A very unfortunate one where the team at Eternal Return basically crippled any potential growth with their overseas audience thanks to a very weird campaign resulting in the firing of Crony from a voice acting role in this game. And now we have a hopefully final statement from the developers Nimble Neuron, who simultaneously attempted to apologize to Crony while tripling down on their decision to fire her. Now, of course, Crony will handle this like a class act, but that doesn't deter any of the bad actors who are still attacking her over a completely ridiculous situation, a cancellation over a G-rated joke she made nearly 5 years ago. So here's some context for those who are not familiar. We have this free-to-play game, Eternal Return, that has a primary Japanese fan base, but also a large Korean fan base, and also what I'm sure they hoped was a growing overseas fan base as well. And to help grow that overseas fan base, they employed the voice acting of Hololive's Crony, who's not just a very popular VTuber, but also an established voice actress. Now, she was supposed to provide the official role for Be Young. She provided the voice acting roles for this character, however, they were eventually removed. Now, this is not too surprising that she got a role like this. She has a very accomplished and active voice acting career on her past life account, Vtuber, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. You can see her resume here. It is a very accomplished one. Okay, she is someone who is a very talented voice actress. However, when she was announced as the new voice for this character, there was many fans of Eternal Return, particularly from the Korean fan base, who were trying to cancel her, and successfully did so, over a joke she made in a stream 5 years ago.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
I'm gonna kill this boar. He's such a bore. A boring.
Now, I can't reiterate enough that this was a stream sponsored by Eternal Return, including Crony, from over 4 years ago. And as you just saw, the joke that led to so much animosity and hostility towards Crony and complaints directed towards Eternal Return was over a board joke, a play on words. Now, I believe this was partially the result of bad actors, but also a lot of misunderstanding. However, it was successful in getting Crony removed from the game. This was an official announcement made earlier this month, and you can see it was hit with a community note saying, context, apparently it's because she made a pun about a boar, saying a boring 4 years ago. I'm serious. And I like these sassy community notes because this whole situation was crazy. And of course, people were roasting the developers in the replies to the announcement, and Crony would make a joke about this joke of a situation, saying, breaking news, a tire is tiring, and a bore is boring. If you found this pun to be controversial, then capital, which is obviously just a joke about this whole situation and all of the misunderstandings, mistranslations, and also the work of bad actors involved. But then, on the 14th, we got another response, not from their official Japanese account, but instead the official Twitter account for Eternal Return on the English side, who made an announcement previewing this new character. And the replies were absolutely brutal because the character was without voice acting lines. It's just muted at this point. And you can see people saying, you seriously don't think we're forgetting about this, saying address me with a bore here. And saying, I don't know, looks a little boring to me. And, well, the YouTube announcement for this did not go any better. In fact, I think it went a lot worse for them. They got 120 likes versus nearly 1,000 dislikes. In the comments section is completely ripping them apart, really highlighting a failed opportunity, a missed opportunity to bring in more overseas players. And that is reflected in the highest reviewed Steam reviews here. You can see this one getting tons of traction from a player who's put in an immense amount of hours into this game, not only speaking about how pathetic this whole situation is, but what a missed opportunity was for this game to expand its overseas audience that is really lacking at the moment. And the overall Steam reviews, especially the recent ones, are brutal. You can see the gigantic dip over here of negative reviews, and this is all stemming from the crony situation. However, we have gotten another announcement today saying notice regarding changes to Byung's English voice, and they would provide a link to their website where they would explain in detail.
You know, later I'm just gonna eat the sausages I cooked, but I'm pretty tempted to make macaroni. I'm very tempted. Although, you know, I think it's just gonna be a waste. Most of the time I always have leftovers. I don't like that. Anyway, back to this.
Details.
Yeah. I bought different kinds of spaghetti sauce. And I bought spaghetti, the wrong ones. And I also bought macaroni, uncooked. So they're dry, they're packed, and you gotta cook them first. And then I also got ground meat. I forgot to get bacon though.
What happened here? And it's not great. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not very good. So this is the director of Nimble Neuron, the developer of this game, stating that at this time, when we are about to enter the new season and provide you with a fun experience, we sincerely apologize for causing a lot of worry and confusion related to the English voice change of the character Byung. I would like to explain Nimble Neuron's view on this matter and its future management policy. Number 1, information on changing Byung's English voice. The casting of Byung's English voice was carried out after numerous blind test auditions. We decided that Vtuber's cronies' wonderful performance would best match the direction of the character and the image we envisioned of Byung. So we decided to cast him. I think that's just a translation error. However, concerns about the external circumstances surrounding the character led to the decision to change Byung's English voice. We sincerely apologize to all the players who have been looking forward to Byung's English voice in the game. The characters in Eternal Return belong to the world of Lumia Island. Lumia Island is a separate space with its own story, characters, and background, although it may reflect a part of reality. We have regarded it as a core value that Lumia Island will be maintained as a unique world of Eternal Return. At the time, we were concerned that opinions about characters could extend beyond the game and affect the player's experience. This decision was made with the aim of detaching and minimizing discussions about matters outside of the game. However, in the process of rushing to make a decision and trying to respond quickly to concerns, we were unable to fully discuss and coordinate.
Busy mornings don't need to be stressful. Just a simple, flavorful meal that keeps you full and satisfied. This gourmet tuyo is rich, savory, and tender, ready to eat straight from the jar. Perfect with rice or even pasta. Order now on Lazada, 100% authentic guaranteed plus free
What
shipping.
the frick
Tap
is
the link
this?
below and get yours today.
Yeah.
with the voice actor himself and other related parties. As a result, we sincerely apologize for the great inconvenience and disappointment caused to Vtuber, our partners, and all of the players who supported and look forward to this appointment. So you can see they're admitting that they rushed to make a quick decision and responded quickly and clearly made a bad choice. But they're standing firm in this while also apologizing. Number 2, we are committed to more careful operation and process improvement. It took time from the occurrence of this incident to the announcement, and during that time we received concerns and criticisms from many people. I would like to deeply apologize for this point as well. I thought that jumping to conclusions without going through a thorough dialogue and deliberation process with everyone involved would be a mistake. We have decided that it is important to finally sort out the current situation through sufficient dialogue and move on to the next stage. Through this incident, I am keenly aware of the need for more careful and responsible judgment in the operation of the service. In the future, we will further strengthen the process of preliminary consideration and internal consultation for cases involving external collaboration and communication, and supplement the process to ensure precise procedures. In addition, we will do our best to fully understand the background of each region and reflect it in our operations, and to ensure that the problem does not escalate due to our immaturity, as in this case. We will listen to your feedback and concerns more promptly and responsibly reflect them in our overall operations. I do not believe that the disappointment and anxiety that everyone is currently feeling will be resolved with this announcement alone. We will not stop with words, but will take all the feedback we receive with caution and do our best to restore trust through future operations and responses. Finally, number 3, I will continue to work hard as a service director with responsibility. We take it very seriously that this incident has caused a lot of concern to many players. Eternal Return is a global service that players from different cultures enjoy together. That's why we should have been more careful in operating our services. However, in the process of considering and responding to this matter, there have been some issues that have not been reached, resulting in unnecessary confusion and concern for everyone involved and players. All responsibility for this matter lies with me, the service director. We would like to deeply and sincerely apologize to all the players for this lack of management and coordination in this situation. We sincerely apologize. So you can see, on the one hand, they are trying to apologize, while on the other hand, at this point, tripling down on their decision to fire her over a board joke. She did, make no mistake, nothing wrong. Not even remotely close by any interpretation of the situation. And you can see the replies are roasting her, saying in short, we fired her over a dad joke and we are tripling down. In quotes, due to unexpected external circumstances, we decided to change Byung's English voice, end quote. Man, shut up. We all know the stupid reason to you, no more excuse. After all these days, it's too late to apologize. Translation. Notice regarding changes to Byung's English voice. We're morons who would rather double down on our idiocy than admit we were stupid beyond belief for firing a talented voice actress. Please see how stupid we are. Link below. And then this one right here. Apologize or double down. In my honest opinion, this is a triple down. Yeah, that's what Nimble Neuron would do here. However, Vtuber would have a very classy response to all this, quoting the original announcement here, saying,
"What's up, chat?"
I've been in contact with the lead of business and we've been able to come to a conclusion. Despite how I have to let down those who are looking forward to my voice, I am very sorry to let those fans down. The English audition and recording process itself was pleasant. Thank you to those who worked with me. It is unfortunate how this turned out, and I hope other voice actors will not have to experience what I have. I recognize that I still have a lot of room to grow alongside the many veterans in this field. However, seeing the incredible support and encouragement from so many communities, has inspired me to work even harder despite these unfortunate circumstances. I will use this energy to further my skills and do my best to live up to that support. Thank you. Which is great. I'm glad she got so much support and was able to see that, because every sane person in the situation took her side. This whole thing was absolutely ridiculous, and she has nothing to apologize for. She doesn't need to grow from this situation, and that was reflected in many of the comments. People are supporting Crony, saying the fact that you've been handling this like a champ despite how frivolous the situation is speaks to your maturity. Shame that it turned out like this. Glad you were able to get some sort of closure. However, you can see some of the bad actors replying, like this person saying, people who become virtual YouTubers, or people who are really into watching them, seem to lack social skills, maybe because they're not very intelligent. This is coming from the crowd of people who wanted to remove a voice acting role because she made a joke about boars, a play on words. But no, it's VTubers, and Crony in particular, who lacks social skills and is not very intelligent. Insane. But despite the ridiculous comment, Datuvo Crony would make a very classy response saying, one thing I must gently remind others as I see some of these comments crop up is that I've always been an English voice actor as Datuvo and nothing else. As a result, it's difficult to understand the point you're trying to make when you are involving third parties. I hope that you don't have to talk badly of others. And here's just another ridiculous comment. This person saying, you can't police every fan, but when your community hurls threats at your collaborators, you become a liability. It doesn't matter if you didn't ask them, the baggage makes working with you a net negative. Your fan base is ruining your reputation, which is an absolutely ridiculous thing to say. Obviously, she is not responsible for anyone, but this whole situation was the result of toxic and aggressive people, either intentionally or unintentionally, misinterpreting a joke about boars. Again, to highlight this, what a missed opportunity for Eternal Return. One of the biggest complaints I see is a lack of an overseas player base. And you have this incredibly accomplished and popular VTuber who has a massive English-speaking audience get a role with this game. It would have been the greatest promotion for this game. It would have been so healthy for the English-speaking overseas audience, but it was squandered. Okay, I don't think anybody who is an English-speaking gamer wants anything to do with this out of principle. They completely dropped the ball, but Crony handled this like a champ. She has nothing to apologize for, and that's really the trilogy and hopefully the conclusion of the situation. Now, as we go out the door here, we've been talking about this for several weeks, but I just want to do one last promo here of the plushie campaign. When you see this video live, there's going to be
OMG, that looks nice.
hours left. There is no more extensions. This is it. We are now over 500 units raised. We are 500+% funded on this campaign with Uwu Market. You can see my plushie here. Here's the courtesy 360 view.
Congratulations.
I'll put a link to this campaign in the pinned comment. Like I said, only a couple hours left, so if you ever even had an inkling, a bit of a temptation to buy this plushie, this is truly your last chance, so be sure to check it out. But I wanted to say, as a wrap up here, thank you guys so much for the incredible support on this campaign, and also the incredible support on my wife, Darling Straub's accompanying campaign. She's raised over 300 units herself. Couldn't be more proud. This is a really cool thing, and I'll put a link to her campaign in the pinned comment as well if you want to check that out. But thank you guys again for the incredible support on this campaign. But
imagine yourself getting a plushie too of your character. Can you imagine that?
This is going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please give a like. Please consider subscribing and turning on notifications for daily uploads on this channel, as well as multiple streams a week here on YouTube. But overall, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you next time.
Become a Shopee VIP member with your first month free. Get daily free shipping, daily 20% off vouchers, 0% interest with SPay Later every day. Plus, enjoy exclusive perks every Monday. Become a Shopee VIP member today. Shopee!
Wishing there was something left to lose. This could be the
What the frick? What the frick?
Catch up here. So in this video, we're once again talking about the masterpiece known as Mixtape. Now, this game has been shoved down everyone's throats by games journalists and shills for weeks now. However, no matter how many 10 out of 10s this game receives, it is not resonating well with the real target audience, which is, of course, gamers. And in this video, we're looking at the latest attempts by shills to tell you just how wrong you are for not jumping on board with what they're selling you. In fact, we're going to see one of the shills for this game lashing out at Asmongold, throwing petty and ridiculous insults at him while wanting an open discussion about this game while doing everything in their power to avoid such a discussion. Now you can see the absolute state of Mixtape. It is the modern audience incarnate, sitting at under 400 concurrent players right now. Which I made a joke about this the other day. This is less in-game players than there are Rev plushies sold. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. It didn't take as long as I thought, but here we are with nearly 500 Rev plushies sold. I want to give you guys another reminder. This campaign ends in just over a day. There's going to be no more extensions. When this time runs out, that is it. So here is the plushie in question. If you want to get your hands on this, this is your last chance. I'll put a link to this campaign in the pinned comment. All of your support on this has been insane. I appreciate you guys, and support on this supports not only this channel, but also future merch opportunities as well. So let's get into the content. We're seeing even more desperate attempts by games journalists to spin the narrative here. You can see Polygon saying Mixtape might be too toxic to be a Game of the Year contender. So they're already loading this one up. If this game doesn't win Game of the Year, which so many journalists were claiming it was going to, it's the fault of everyone else but the game and its developers. In fact, this article says, the Mixtape discourse is too harebrained and poisoned by trolls, bizarre conspiracy theories, and bad faith arguments to bother going into detail. Now the problem is a lot of the bad faith arguments and the bizarre things being said about this game are the fault of games journalists like this and shills as well, including people like Andy Cortez, an infamous woke shill who claims this game is going to win many awards and calls people tourists if they believe otherwise. Which, here's the problem with Andy Cortez here, he doesn't seem to understand this. Nobody would be surprised if this game won awards, because this entire industry is incredibly astroturfed, and Mixtape is just the latest example of that. So if they win awards, it just shows how broken the system is, because gamers have outright rejected this game. Now, of course, Andy Cortez is a very interesting individual, someone who really doesn't like Asmongold, but also has a history of supporting anything DEI or woke. You can see clips like this where he calls people grifters who criticize DEI in games, and also he has a very unhealthy obsession with Asmongold. In fact, he also blames Asmongold for all of the negative things happening to him right now. So you can see he made this post just 2 days ago with the replies locked, of course, saying some @Asmongold fans came into our YouTube chat because we liked Mixtape. I promise you, we don't care if you hate our content, LOL. If someone said kinda funny sucks, I watch a racist, rotting subhuman that's ugly as F talk for hours a day. Dude, good. Stay away from us, please. So you can see the absolute copium and zero self-awareness from this guy. He's saying how much he doesn't care, but then makes an entire tweet showing just how much he cares, and he provides no meaningful counter-arguments to anything Asmongold's saying. Instead, he plays the victim, saying he's the victim of all of these brutal attacks from Asmongold's community, and also takes a bunch of pot shots at his appearance. Many such cases. This is another example of Asmongold derangement syndrome at work. In fact, this guy has a very disturbing way of approaching Asmongold. In fact, recently, he tagged Asmongold and talked about his father passing away and saying that, well, at least his dad's not around to see how awful of a person Asmongold has become.
Wow.
This is the type of rhetoric these lunatics like to spread. This is what they thrive on. They can't actually engage with anything. It's not that they're wrong, it's that everyone else is wrong, and also they deserve all kinds of vitriol directed towards them. And, well, Andy Cortez is just a very, very interesting individual in general, right? You can see the sort of cult mentality. He has to really reassure his followers that he didn't pay for the blue check mark in his name. I guess we'll have to take your word for it, but this is the same guy who wishes that Elon would take a one-way trip to Mars, and that everyone's gotta get off this platform. He posted this in 2024, by the way. And speaking of
So, sounds like a freaking turncoat.
check marks,
This sounds like a turncoat to me.
how about a gold check mark? Because the group he's a part of, Kinda Funny, has a gold check mark on their Twitter account. I mean, it's amazing. I guess there's an explanation for that one as well. But these people are just gigantic hypocrites. And if you're wondering where these sorts of comments about Mixtape came from, it's from his team over at Kinda Funny, who had this to say about Mixtape, a masterpiece.
You start this game up, and immediately, I'm just infatuated with it. Pretty soon you won't be listening to music, you'll be listening to who you were. And that, I just got chills saying it. You set in,
That's so
and that's
deep.
the thesis statement of this video game. I can't say it's anything but a masterpiece. This to me is a 10 out of 10 on the Kinda Funny scale.
I miss the days when 10 out of 10 actually meant something, like the game was actually perfect. In this case, it's very far from perfect, and it's hardly even a game. Okay, it's basically an animated film. And these people are gobbling it up because they're being told to do so, because they're shills. That's it. It's because they're shills.
This is a 10 out of 10. You know, this is a masterpiece. This is a game that I don't know if there's ever been a
The
game
modern
like
audience, by
I
the
could
way.
recommend this to anybody.
There is a level of something there in the subject matter that weirdly isn't for me. Like, I'm not connecting with it on as deep of a level as you guys, and it might be era, it might be age, it might be, like, I did not grow up as a white kid in the 90s, right? That said, I still think it's a very special game that I recommend to anybody.
You start.
What did race have to do with anything? How did race get injected into the discussion about Mixtape? I mean, literally, it's just impossible for people like this to not bring race into everything. It's literally insane that they do it Kinda Funny in places like this. But you can see they're getting absolutely destroyed in the comments. People saying, like Endymion here, you're getting dragged in your comments, by the way. Nobody believes you guys for a second. Ask the game. Actual score if the game wasn't woke from the start. And honestly, that's way too high. And Kinda Funny just seems out of touch. Like, completely out of touch, right? You look around, everything is paywalled through memberships only. And when they actually post something to the public that everyone can see, well, nobody's really that interested. 3.5K views on this video. I mean, like, for a channel this size with a whole panel of people and advertising across the board, that's all they can muster. And I'm not sitting here trying to view shame or anything, but it just shows they don't have the pulse of the target audience they're supposed to be going after. Instead, they spend all their time trying to shill. They're shill maxing, ladies and gentlemen. But then again, they're really just living in an echo chamber, and this is the epitome. Okay, not only are the replies locked while he's directly calling out Asmongold and asking for a conversation, a dialogue here, well, he's gonna get a response, because unfortunately he tagged Asmongold, which allows Asmongold to reply, and he did, saying, if you tag me in the post like this, it lets me reply, by the way. I know when you make a post with limited replies, the intent is to create a safe space where no one can be mean to you, so I thought you should know. If you need any more Twitter or YouTube advice, feel free to ask. And you can see the ratio. It is diabolical, ladies and gentlemen. 52,000 likes versus around 5.8 thousand likes for Andy Cortez.
You know, I'm not on Twitter, so if I were on Twitter, maybe I'm just gonna be on freaking Cos Destiny's Twitter and nothing else.
The fight he picked. Also, what is with this weird behavior of directly tagging Asmongold every time you gotta talk crap about him? It's literally the most desperate attempt at getting attention and validation. He's poking the tiger. Does he want him to respond? Is that the goal? To just look stupid? I don't even know anymore. But Andy Cortez would reply and literally prove nothing. In fact, just kind of proves how dumb he is, saying, you replying isn't the problem, it's your fans that shout out every racist, homophobic slur in the book. You allow them to exist in your community because your racist behind loves them being there. They're the backbone of your career, and I'm just avoiding them whenever I can. So you made a post calling them out and calling out Asmongold directly? That literally makes no sense, dude. But he continues on, saying so many slurs in the replies and DMs from the racist cockroach and his racist fans. You won't say the N-word or call me a because you're too effing scared, but you know they'll do it. Weird that you wouldn't reply to me pointing out that you're totally accepting of these racists in your community. Why is that? It's a very weird question. Like, I could just point to you and anybody who's saying anything unhinged in your community and say, why aren't you doing anything about it? Like, this is the internet. You can't control every single person that watches your videos and what they say online. This is the most childish Karen behavior you'll ever see. And also, this guy really wants to be called bad words. Like, why is he desperately asking for it? Why do you want Asmongold?
Oh no. Maybe he likes it. Maybe he has a thing for it. Or maybe, you know, he's gonna freaking take it against him after. I mean, don't be wrong, in the Philippines, a lot of people here like to say the N-word. It's because they're safe. There are no black people around to keep them in check.
To call you these things. He's not going to do it. And also, just playing victim. You picked the fight here.
Yeah.
You wanted to shill for mixtape and you're directly calling out Asmongold and his community, and now you're mad that you're getting toxicity sent your way, or at least what you perceive as toxicity. It's totally tone deaf here. And of course, he would add another reply behind the locked reply saying, I worded that incorrectly. Asmongold wasn't in my DMs and replies, just his worshippers, but why would someone be so welcoming of so many racists in their fan base? Well, people would love to answer your question, but you locked the reply. So why are you even doing this? What is the point? It makes no sense. But then again, do these people ever make sense? They really don't. You can see this guy has nothing to actually say other than whining and playing the victim on the internet. And also, over and over again, talking about how Asmongold is subhuman.
You know, I should keep myself in check when I feel like I'm also doing that. I know you guys can see it also. All I do here is freaking complain.
Cockroach, not very woke of you to dehumanize people because you don't like them. And make no mistake, it's simply because this guy is desperately trying to cling on to any relevancy at this point. They all are in his circle, and the only way they can do it is by being the good guys, standing up to Asmongold. But as you can see, doesn't translate into much, and I understand why people like this are seething so much. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, consider giving this video a like. Consider subscribing as well for daily uploads on this channel, and also multiple streams a week here on YouTube. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
A
few days
new video from Asmongold.
Canadian Genshin Impact YouTuber decided young men are cooked. Or because Asmongold tweeted something incendiary and thought-provoking about AI and women. More on that later. But in 15 minutes, this guy managed to call Asmongold mentally ill, a loser, a degenerate living in filth,
good morning.
called Clavicular a meth head dropout, questioned both their sanity, and then had the audacity to crown himself the moral authority on masculinity. Because
what a dude. Imagine crashing out so bad that you have to delete your entire previously 1 million subscriber YouTube. That's crazy.
get this, he's got a wife, kids, and retired at 33.
Good for him.
That's his entire credential stack. A retired anime gambling simulator creator, appointing himself the savior of millions of men, while offering zero actual advice. Zero engagement with just pure concern trolling, packaged as an olive branch.
What a nasty little rat. I love this. This is so good.
A dying ideology of cosplaying its maturity. And, as of recording this, he's already nuked his entire channel and privated everything except 2 videos. So make of that what you will. But he's actually part of a much bigger picture, and that's what I want to talk about. The Menosphere right now is a sea of guys selling you something.
They sure are.
Sells you hustle porn, and a $99 a month subscription to...
I think this is so ridiculous. I mean, no, I will never do this. This is so simple.
World. Fresh and Fit sell you dating strategy from a Miami podcast studio surrounded by Instagram models.
Yep.
Hamza sells you self-improvement
I don't know who
courses
this guy is.
through something he unironically called Adonis School.
Adonis
Iman
School? Good one.
Ghazi sells you agency courses from Dubai.
Okay.
Half of these guys are filming from rented Airbnbs in Marbella, pretending it's their lifestyle.
Damn. You know, sometimes... Well... Sometimes I'm scared that, people will think that when I post, airsoft videos or me, taking my stuff apart and putting them back together or doing maintenance, or like, sharing what I do with my solar setup. I'm scared that, people might, take it the wrong way, Maybe they think that, I'm pretending that's my lifestyle, or that's my job. Or that, I'm pretending to be an expert on those things. So, I really make it a point to include, like a freaking disclaimer. And when I show you guys something, I don't really want you guys to agree right away. I'm not teaching you guys to freaking lose discernment. I'm not always right. And when I do something wrong or when I break something, when I break something, I also try to share it. Like that time I broke my voltage meter. And I also like to share the wrong things I did in my past so that you guys can can, I don't know, learn without experiencing it on your own by yourself. I mean, experiencing it yourself. Yeah, and you know what? um, I don't think I'm ever gonna stop doing that because I like to do that.
The entire business model is the same. Say
Oh, I
something.
don't wanna be like these people who are freaking selling courses. Being freaking mentors.
Radiant structure.
I mean, my freaking tentative job right now is a English tutor. So, you know. And, you know, I'm pretty new to my company. And right off the bat, I've already seen people on YouTube with questionable videos. Like, to me, they're leaking internal stuff. No, they're leaking internal stuff. But I'll see. We'll see what happens to them.
This is Eris Online. It's a PvP MMORPG that you can play in your browser. You can try it now for free at play.erismmo.com. Okay, so first I will introduce the races.
You know, one of my one of my biggest resentments is, obeying someone who freaking matter-of-factly speaks with misinformation, affecting my career choices.
On it.
So, yeah, that's one of my biggest resentments. Misinformation peddlers. A certain person, right now I'm falling back into that pit of really resenting them. I feel like I'm falling into a pit where I wanna remember. I'll remember that. Anyway, it's almost been 3 hours, so I'm just gonna play World of Tanks. So, that being one of my biggest resentments, that really shaped me, and my values. So that's why I don't really like to influence people. No, I don't wanna be I don't wanna be an instruction manual. I wanna be a history book that you guys can learn from, but not necessarily have to follow. You know, and I kinda hate people who try to become, I really hate people who try to become instruction manuals. And then you find out that they don't know what they're talking about. You know, they can mean well, they can mislead you. But those people selling courses, man, I have... Whatever. Hell yeah. And we did not even get detected. That was nice. We didn't get spotted. See, I keep telling you guys I'm a spiteful person with lots of resentments. Spotted. Excuse me. Yeah, right now I'm really trying not to be freaking resentful. I'm trying not to be resentful and angry. You guys know how I talk when I start falling back into that pit. You know, I actually, I've already taken a bath twice today. Lol. It's a good thing that water isn't so expensive, no? Unlike electricity and stuff. Frick! This freaking tank is a barn. Freaking love tier 10 tank. That's tier 10. Wow, it's a miracle that he didn't get me yet. And yeah, today I did my groceries and I still wanna get bacon though. Oh, and I kind of rearranged my table. I haven't done the rearrangement of my drawers though. And you know, I think I really gotta use an external monitor for my laptop for work. You know, to make my job easier. Because the laptop is small, so the screen is also small. I don't know though. So many plans and things I wanna try, no? Man, I'm dead. Yeah, discernment. And I also don't wanna be the reason why you guys are choosing what you choose, or feeling the way you feel, except if it's good. Already been 3 hours, so let's just see if I got something. Need one more 2 battles. Okay. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for dropping by. I'm gonna go now. See ya. Take care. Bye bye.